What's going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another Madden 23 Ultimate Team video. In today's video, we're going to be going over some players that if you were looking to make upgrades to your MUT 23 squad, we got some guys that you guys can go buy and increase your overall instantly. Now, if you guys enjoyed this video, if you like it, if it helps you out, make sure to go ahead and click that thumbs up button. Shows a lot of support on the channel, helps the videos get noticed. Also, if you're brand new here, you were searching around YouTube for MUT 23 content, or maybe the videos recommended to you, stay a while, click that subscribe button, turn that notification bell on so you guys are alerted when we drop additional videos. Let's get right on into it. So normally Saturday is a great day to buy cards, but let's be real, the market has not been great over the last, let's just say, month. It's been very hard to buy the top tier cards, and some of the budget options out there just aren't great. But in today's video, we got a couple cards that I think you guys can pick up that are starting to drop in price and are pretty good and productive on the field. Let's go ahead and start with the quarterback position. So we have our top tier guys, right? And these cards are going to be not very affordable to most. We're talking about Tua, Lamar Jackson, Michael Vick, even Justin Herbert's at about 500K. Let's go over some options. Number one, Drew Bledsoe. This is my QB on my No Money Spent squad and my main team. One of my favorite cards so far this year. Pocket passers are definitely good. He gives you 81 speed, which helps. But I think the most important thing about this card is he has one of the faster releases in the game. He also has set feet lead, the ability that's going to get that football out a little bit quicker. Helps you with those corner routes, helps you beat man coverage, which is very difficult to go against right now. 92 throw power, short throw at 87, mid at 86, deep throw at 89, throw under pressure at 87, and throw on the run at 90. Now, as far as his price goes, he's not really dropping right now. So if you were looking to make the move at QB, this is just going to have to be the price that you pay for him. Now, there is a little bit of a cheaper option that I think gives you a similar player in Ryan Fitzmagic. This is his AKA player card. 83 speed, 92 throw power, short throw at 88, mid at 87, deep throw at 89, throw under pressure at 90. He can also get set feet lead as an ability, which is good. As far as his release goes, it is slightly slower, and I mean very slightly slower than Drew Bledsoe. So with this card, he's going to be about 50K cheaper and seems to be going down a little bit in price. 342K on 342,000 on Xbox, 327K on PlayStation, 332K on PC. Now, before we even go any further, also it is worth noting, right, we have Team Diamonds upcoming the week of October 17th. Most Feared is probably right around the corner. These are pretty big promos, pretty big content drops that could drop the market, and we could see cards like this, cards that have been out for a couple weeks or months, definitely drop in price. So if you're looking to immediately upgrade at some of these positions we go over, these are going to be some good options. But if you can have a little bit of patience and maybe wait 1 to 2 more weeks, I think there's going to be certainly some gems and a lot cheaper cards out there. Now, one other option at QB that a lot of people, including pros, might consider the best QB in the game is going to be Coralie Aaron Rodgers. That's right, 87 overall. The reason is because he has that Slinger 1 release, which means you don't need any abilities, and he's going to get the ball out the fastest compared to any other QB in the game. Whenever he gets his next upgrade, it's going to be a very expensive card. Only 72 speed, but he gives you, and again, this is a Coralie Day 1 card, 87 throw power, 87 short throw, 87 mid, 85 deep. If you take a look at like the MCS ladders this weekend on Twitch, you're going to see a lot of people still rocking this card. And he's super affordable. If you're on a no money spent squad, a budget squad, you can go with the brand new Jim Plunkett. Some of you might be using Tim Tebow, but the quarterback's the most important position on your entire MUT team. This is where you're going to want to spend your coins. And at 150K on average here, he's certainly worth it, and that's across every console. Now, the goal for this video was to cover most of the very important skill position players. Unfortunately, right now at halfback, there's either the super high tier cards or the very low budget card. So I just want to give you a larger view of halfbacks and pricing in the game right now. Earlier this week, we did drop a video going over the top 5 running backs in the game and some budget options. We will link that video down below in the comment section as a pinned comment to make sure you go check it out. By far the best running backs in the game, Eric Dickerson, but he's 625K. Marshawn Lynch, Beast Mode, 416K. If you're willing to spend that much, I think he's worth it. That card runs me over almost every time I face him. LaDainian Tomlinson, 690, I think is way overpriced for what he gives you. Kind of right in the middle is Christian McCaffrey, especially if you like to pass the ball a lot. CMC is certainly a good pickup. The only problem with his card is he's actually starting to go back up in price. He was as low as like 270, went up to about 350, starting to dip down, but it looks like he might start creeping back up as well. So again, if you like to pass the ball, great option out there. As far as like super budget options go, I mean, you got Jerome Bettis for 175K. Antonio Gibson for 121 is pretty good. You got the Cordero Patterson mentor card, which you actually could have got for free from that free mentor pack. And then not on this page are guys like Raheem Mostert and Campus Heroes DeMarcus Murray. Those cards are under 100K, but right now it's kind of a tough market for running backs. Over the last couple weeks, we've had numerous top tier wide receivers enter the game, and there's still some good wide receivers out there that are dropping in price. But when you think about those upper echelon guys, we got Megatron, right? Probably the best wide receiver in the game. Plaxico Burress, his Team of the Week card that just came out this past week. LTD DK Metcalf, one of the faster cards. Dante Hall, 92 speed, just came out today. So we're looking for some value at the wide receiver position. A card that's played very well, not for me, but people who use him against me, is Larry Fitzgerald. So 88 speed. The top tier guys are like 90, 91, and Dante Hall, as I mentioned, 92. So he is starting to get a little bit slower compared to the other receivers in the game, but I still think with the 90 catch in traffic, the height at 6'3", route running's very good, 89 spec catch as well. It's just overall a good card, and as I mentioned a moment ago, he is dropping down in price just a little bit, 3% on Xbox and PlayStation, and he's a little bit over 300K. For these types of players, you're usually going to have to spend a little bit of coin. Let's just be real. These are important players. We talked about it with quarterbacks, with wide receivers, and typically cornerbacks on defense as well. This is where you're going to spend the bulk of your coin. And I think at this price, again, it's not a bad idea to wait for Team Diamonds and Most Feared, but at this price, this is a pretty good card. Another wide receiver that seems to be going down in price a little bit, and he's a little bit faster here, is going to be Campus Hero Michael Crabtree. This card is really good because he gets Slot Apprentice for 1 AP, so he can get 4 additional hot routes within the slot. 6'1", 89 speed. He gives you 90 catch in traffic, 91 spec catch, regular catch is 88. Route running is short 90, mid 88, deep route running 88. I seem to face a lot of people with this card in their top 3 as well. I have him on the main team, have him on No Money Spent. And remember, with both Larry Fitzgerald and Michael Crabtree, another option you have is building out these cards via sets, because with the Campus Heroes, you get back 5 87s in return. There's still some decent value with those 87s, like DeMarco Murray, Grant Delpit, Trayvon Merrick, just to name a few. Chase Young's still a pretty good one. And then with Larry Fitzgerald doing the Ultimate Kickoff Champion set, you get some of those 88s back in return. Actually, no, those are 87s as well. Those cards aren't as good, but it's still just an option out there too. It's going to cost you a little bit more, but you get more value in return. As far as just buying Crabtree outright, I mentioned he is going down in price. 5% cheaper on Xbox at 330K, 312K. That's about down about 7% on PlayStation at 312K. Now, if we're talking top tier wide receivers, I mentioned those guys, right? Herman Moore is up there, and I think he's a slight notch under the Plaxico Burresses, the DK Metcalfs. And you are going to have to spend some coin if you want this card, but he is getting cheaper. He is getting more affordable. 6'4" with 90 speed. Again, Dante Hall 92 speed, Metcalf Plax 91 speed, and here he is with 90. He gives you 88 catch in traffic, deep route running and mid route running both at 90, short route running at 87. And here's the pricing. He's over 500K on Xbox, but he's down 10%. 490 on PlayStation, but down 12.5%. So this is one, especially on a Saturday like today, to keep an eye out on. See if you can build his set for cheaper than it would cost to buy him outright, because there are some people, we're still in a hashtag pack strike, but there are some people that broke that, right? And they're out there buying these legend packs and probably listing some of these set pieces on the auction house and undercutting each other. So it's a card that you might want to look into building. For under 500K, he's worth it. Now, on the defensive side of the ball, and much like Herman Moore, there are some legend cornerbacks out there that you might be able to build and get for cheaper during the weekend. Lester Hayes is one of them. I feel like this card has kind of been forgotten, and we do have another run of top-tier cornerbacks that have come out recently. We have Darrelle Revis. I wrote down a list here. Charles Woodson, Champ Bailey, Night Train Lane. All of those cards like 400K and more. Lester Hayes is pretty cheap to buy outright. You can look into building him. Most of the corners like 90, 91 speed. He's still at 88 speed, which isn't terrible. 6'2" with 90 man coverage. Man coverage definitely the meta right now. 86 zone, 87 press. I think this is still a solid card. In fact, maybe a card I might need to look into picking up for my no money spent squad. And like I said, look into building him for cheaper, but he is down in cost. $189 on Xbox, that's down 11%. $196K on PlayStation, that's 6.97% up on PC, but that market's always a little bit crazy. Chris McAllister is another one. He is a little bit on the slower side, and I mean, we don't want to scoff at 88 speed. It's not like he's out there running like as fast as Tom Brady. He's 6'1" with 88 speed. I love the fact that he has 90 man, 90 zone, 87 press is pretty good, 88 play rec. A little bit more expensive than Lester Hayes, obviously, because he's a little bit better as well. But another one, I can't stress this enough, with the weekend, a card that you might be able to build for cheaper than buying him outright, but he is going down in price slightly. $390K on Xbox, down 11% on PlayStation at $360K. And if we just look at cornerbacks globally like we did with the running backs there are some cheaper options out there. Of course, you have Stephon Gilmore, who's a free card from the Season 1 Field Pass. L'Jarius Sneed, a card to always take a look at. 88 speed with 89 man coverage. Patrick Peterson is one. He had 2 picks for me today in a MUT Champs game on my no money spent account, so you can take a look at him. Justin Fields, the Gridiron Guardians, 133K, 88 speed. I think he's like 6'2" or 6'3". There's definitely options out there. Sauce Gardner, the mentor card, very good. Got him on both of my accounts, no money spent and the main team. So there's options out there. You are going to have to spend for those top tier guys, but I think McAllister and Hayes a notch under, one a little bit more expensive than the other, but there's definitely value out there. And then finally, to end the video, I just wanted to take a quick look at pass rushers. So these are all of your outside linebackers and defensive ends in the game, sorted by speed. And I just can't stress this enough. Look at this Jonathan Castillas card, right? 88 speed, Nick Bosa the same, Thomas Davis Sr., which just came out today, is the only one with 89 speed. He's also giving you 87 block shed and 89 finesse move, Castillas that is, and this card can be earned absolutely for free. I don't get the knock on this Hispanic Heritage promo, at least from some people in the community. The majority seem to have liked it, but this is a card you can go out and grind and get for free right now, and he's one of the top tier pass rushers in the game. Earlier today, we put out a video going over the fastest way to get those objectives done. We're talking about getting this Castillas card for free. Zane Gonzalez, one of the best kickers not named Justin Tucker in the game. You got Ted Hendricks, a 6'9" outside linebacker who has good zone, good pass rushing, good run stuffing. Like, these are 3 very good free cards, but when it comes to pass rushers, if you look at the prices, Thomas Davis over $1 million, Bosa $600K, Seth Joyner's more of a zone guy, so we won't count him. Anthony Barr, pretty good budget option to be honest. Dwight Freeney's very expensive. Somewhere in here, Cameron Wake is over $1 million coins. DeMarcus Ware $500K. There's just not a lot of good options for budget players for pass rushers. We're really looking at the free Ted Hendricks, we're looking at the free Castillas, and then maybe like, campus hero Chase Young. So, it's tough out there for pass rushers. Take advantage of those free cards, and we're going to leave you with that. We're going to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for tuning into another video. My name is Popular Stranger. I'm out. Peace.